Happy day, dear children. Welcome to 7th standard English class. Hope you are all good. Now, we are going to continue the lesson, The Signal 2, page number 67. Last line. Wesley Stephens, my dear friend, come back. Give me the crowbar. We will put the rail back. No one will know. Come back. Save your soul from sin. Wesley did not look back but disappeared in the woods. Simeon stood before the rail which had been torn up. He threw down his bundle of sticks. A passenger train was due and he had nothing with which to stop it. No flag. He could not replace the rail and could not drive in the skip with his bare hands. It was absolutely necessary to run to the hut for some tools. God help me, he murmured. Simeon started running towards his hut. He was out of breath but still ran, following every now and then. He had cleared the forest and was only a few hundred feet from his hut when he heard the distant hooted of the factory 6 o'clock. In 2 minutes' time, number 7 train was due. Oh Lord, have put on the innocent souls. In his mind, Simeon saw the engine stick against the loosened rail, shiver, tear up, and splinter the sleepers. The engine could topple down the 70 feet high embankment, and the third class carriages would be packed. Little children, all sitting in the train now, never dreaming of danger. Oh Lord, tell me what to do. No, it's impossible to run to the hut and get back in time. Simeon did not run on to the hut but turned back and ran faster than before. He did not know himself what was to happen. He ran as far as where his sticks were lying in the hut. He bent down, seized one, and ran on further. He heard the distant whistle and quiet terms of the rails, but he got exhausted and could run no further. He halted. Then an idea came into his head. Pulling off his cap, he took out of it a cotton scarf and drew his knife out of the upper part of his boot, muttering, God help, bless me. He made a cut in his left arm above the elbow. He soaked his scarf in the blood, tied it to the stick, and stood waving his blood-stained flag. The train was already inside, but the driver could not see him, and a heavy train cannot be pulled up in 600 feet. Simeon pressed the side of wood together so as to close it. Evidently, he had cut his arm quite deep. He would not see the train or heard the noise. Only one thought opposed him. I shall not be able to keep standing up. I shall fall and drop the flag, and train will pass over me. Help me, O Lord. His head began to swim. He dropped the flag and fell unconscious. However, the blood-stained scarf did not fall to the ground. The hand seized it and held it high to meet the approaching train. The train engineer saw it. He shut the regulator and reserved steam. The train came to the standstill. People jumped out of the carriages and collected in the crowd. They saw a man lying senseless on the track and another man standing beside him with the blood-stained rag on a stick. Wesley had finally come to his senses. He had held the flag and saved the lives of the passenger and his friend. Wesley looked around at all and feeling sorry for what he had done, he said, "Bind me." I tore up a rail. Okay, children. I hope you understood this. Thank you. Have a nice day.